ABC, it's Greeno. I'm back. Haven't done a video for a little while. Just haven't been out digging or anything here lately. Just kind of chilling, find a few things here and there on the internet, but nothing major. Catching up on a lot of listening, and just generally busy. Spring rolling around and mowing and outside crap and everything else. Anyways, felt like making a video, and I haven't done one of these for a while. Went back and looked, and the last time I did one of the metal videos just showing stuff out of the collection. If you're a new subscriber, you can get back and look at some of my old videos. I started with the A's. I've just been going through the alphabet of my metal and hard rock stuff. So we're actually up to the W's. I did the V's in January, I think. So kind of lost track of it there. So thought I'd show you some W's tonight. Just show them all. This might be a long video. If you're into metal, hard rock, 80s stuff, kick back and check out some of the stuff. If you're not into metal and hard rock, see you later. I don't even know if you can hear this, but playing in the background is Atom Bomb, Fatal Attraction. Pretty cool. Just kind of hard rock. I think I was on Geffen. Alright, let's get started. Have Rathchild, Delirium. This is Rathchild UK. Kind of late to this band, didn't check them out because of course huge fan of Rathchild America, but we just knew them as Rathchild for years until they got into a dispute with these guys once they got signed to Atlantic. But cool band, but doesn't hold a candle to Rathchild America in my book. And speaking of Rathchild America, it's a compilation picked up a little while ago. It's Starview 92. It's just a radio compilation, local bands around this area from 1987. And Rathchild is on here doing Hell's Gate. I think that's it, yeah. And I do believe this is a different version than the one that was on the album, I think. And I actually ran into another one. Pretty cheap. And then, of course, the first Rathchild America, Climbing the Walls. It's a great band if you're into the more kind of thrash stuff. They're not full-on thrash, but they're definitely in that vein. Check these guys out. I say they're from the Baltimore, Washington area, and drummer was Shannon Larkin. He now, well, he went on to play with Ugly Kid Joe, and now he's the drummer for Godsmack. Singer, bass player is Brad Divins, and he's like a big sound guy now. I just saw something on YouTube, like an hour-long interview with him. He's doing the Garbage tour, or he was. I guess that tour's over. But he's like one of the big guys when it comes to digital sound for live performances, where everything is done digitally with him. He doesn't use like the old analog boards. He uses a digital board, and it's pretty out there. And you got There's another copy of the Rathchild America, and here's a flat promotional thing for the album. And like I said, they were originally called Rathchild, and the album was getting ready to come out. They were in the process of being pressed and everything, and they got into that dispute with the other Rathchild. And here's, unfortunately, this is tour here, but This is what the album cover would have looked like before they added America to it. They actually printed up some of the promotional flats, but then they had to go back and add America. Here's an old promo picture. One of the shows I went to. I grabbed it off the wall, walking out. Sorry. Alright, moving on. We have Wrath, Fit of Anger. Actually don't remember this too much. It's on Medusa, 1988. Watan, I can't remember. Crimina Barbarica. I don't remember too much of this either. This was something newer that came out in 2006. I think they were just like a newer power metal, if I remember right. Totally didn't look through these. I just grabbed them off the shelf. We'll show them real quick. Some I'll remember, some I won't, some I haven't listened to in years. World War III. This is pretty good. Just old, good 80s metal. These guys were from Pennsylvania, I believe. Temple, PA is the address on the back. This is on Axe Killer, which was a French label. Yeah. Which is kind of weird. It's another Pennsylvania band that ended up on Axe Killer, like Dirty Looks, their first album, when they were still in Pennsylvania before they moved to California. It was on Axe Killer. I don't know what Axe Killer's connection was with Pennsylvania. Workforce. This is kind of lightweight, hard rock, AOR. They're pretty good. Good catchy stuff. Wolfsbane, Massive Noise Injection. This was live in 1983, and it's actually still sealed. I would spun that one. Killer newer band from 5-6 years ago, something like that. And I think this was their second or third album. Wolf Ravenous. It's a good album, but I'm trying to think. Their second album, maybe, it was called Evil Star. It was either their second or third. This might be the fifth. I don't know, whatever. But their album Evil Star is amazing. It's a great album. I'd love to find that on vinyl. But their stuff doesn't turn up too often around here, so I grabbed this. But definitely worth checking out. Witness. Don't really remember this either. It's like a promo copy. Classic 80s metal album EP. Witch Killer. Day of the Saxons. It's a 4-track EP on Metal Blade, early Metal Blade, 84. And Day of the Saxons is a killer song. Just kind of that underground metal. New wave British heavy metal, Witchfind, Lords of Sin. And I think this has been reissued. This is an original. Another Witchfind, Give 'Em Hell. It's also an original. More new wave British heavy metal, Witchfinder General, Death Penalty. A little racy there on the front and the back. But this is a reissue on Back on Black. I'd like to find copies of the originals, but they go for a little bit of money. I do have the other album, I just haven't put it away yet. Next, this is a killer album. Witchcross, Fit for Fight. Great underground 80s metal. And this has actually been reissued lately on vinyl. Which the hex is on. It's pretty cool. It's on red vinyl if I remember right. Have a couple of those. You used to be able to pick that up real cheap. It's kind of harder to find now. Winger, In the Heart of the Young. This is Winger 2. I was gonna say something was out of order there. It's like I never got the first Winger. Yeah, everybody knows Winger. Actually a cool band. These guys were all talented, but you know, cheesy at the same time. This is Wino. Wino from St. Vitus. Punctuated Equilibrium. This is on Southern Lord. Pretty recent album, if I remember right. Wendy O. Williams, Commander of Chaos. Wow. Brain locked up. Saw Wendy on that car. And her first album, Wendy O. Williams. Don't remember this at all. Wild Strawberries. It's a UK import, Metal Masters. It's still sealed. We'll leave that out, check it out. Wild Hearts, Don't Be Happy, Just Worry. Would love to find some more Wild Hearts on vinyl. You just never see it. Incredible band. If you haven't checked out the Wild Hearts, do yourself a favor and check them out. Wildfire, Brute Force, and Ignorance. It's a Mausoleum band. Kind of that new wave of British heavy metal. Wild Dogs, Reign of Terror. Very cool band. You guys were on. This one's on Enigma. I was thinking they were on. Damn, I can't remember. This was from '87. This was later. And your second album, Man's Best Friend, Shrapnel. That's what it was. I knew they were on a US indie. And drummer in this band was Dean Castronova. Played with Journey for a while, long while I think. Really pretty well respected drummer he went on to be. But these, especially the first two albums, are really good. And then their debut album, which was also Shrapnel, 1983. The singer was Matt McCourt. He's kind of the main guy in the band. Alright, gonna grab another stack. Alright, we're back. Dropped the needle on Wild Strawberries. Not too bad so far, it's kind of hard rock. Next is Wild. Totally don't remember this. 1988, CBS. Gold stamp promo. Don't remember it at all. Widow, Gone Too Far. About half remember this. There was a female singer. It's kind of hard rock. White Wolf, Endangered Species. It's kind of that MTV metal. Not the greatest if I remember it. And White Wolf, Standing Alone. Same deal. White Tiger, pretty interesting band. It's Mark St. John after he left Kiss. After, right? Yeah. I think this was after, was it Animal Lives? And Bruce Kulick joined, and Mark St. John had that band. This was a Grail found a couple years ago at a record show. Just blew my mind when I found it. White Spirit. This is MCA. I think they started out on Neat. But this has Yannick Gers, I guess how you pronounce it, who of course now is the third guitar player in Iron Maiden. This was his kind of that new wave British heavy metal, more hard rock I guess than that, but very cool. I was actually looking for that for a long time and it popped up. Wasn't cheap, but I grabbed it. Whitesnake, Slip of the Tongue. A couple of those, you always find those cheap. And then the self-titled album from '87, the big one, when they went totally insane or everywhere. This I think was an import. And this is a Korean pressing. I don't have too many of those regular pressings, US pressings. Find those for $1 all the time. Probably my favorite Whitesnake album, Slide It In. I love this album. Just a great rock, hard rockin' album. And Whitesnake, Saints and Sinners. Cool album. There's a weird best of I found a while back. There's this on Carrie. This is made in France, pressed in France. Come and Get It. A great live album. Live in the Heart of the City. I love this album. This is just a great live rock album. Ready and Willing. Love Hunter. It's a great cover. Snake Bite. I believe this was like a reissue. Not newer, but 80s reissue of some sort. And Trouble. 78. White Sister. Just AOR-ish, cheesy, hard rock. It's a promo copy. White Lion, Big Game. It's a test pressing for there's Pride. And this is an actual test pressing for that. My friend came across this and he snagged it up. I bought it off of him. Pretty cool. White Lion was a cool band. I mean, Vito Bratta is an amazing guitar player. If you ever see get a chance to watch the Live at the Ritz on MTV, used to show that concert. It was an MTV concert, but it's probably out there floating around somewhere. But it's a great live concert. Fight to Survive. I think I still need Main Attraction. White Heat. Just early kind of, it's a Mausoleum, early metal, hard rock. White Cross, Triumphant Return. It's on Pure Metal. It's a cool band. They had Christian leanings. White Cross, Level in the Line. I think this was an EP. Yeah, 4 tracks. It's also on Pure Metal. This is really pretty good. This is better than the other album there. Kind of, a few songs actually have like a Dokken or Rat kind of sound to them. But very cool. White Cross. I think this may have been the first one. Maybe not. It's on Pure Metal also. They were an interesting band. Whiplash, Insult to Injury. Just thrash. It's on Road Racer, 1989. I think these guys were still going there a few years back. I'm not sure if they're still active now. But I know they were releasing albums not long ago. Whiplash, Ticket to Mayhem. It's also on Roadrunner. Whiplash, Power and Pain. Like the back cover. It's just screams 80s metal. Don't remember these guys or these girls. Wench. Tidy sized chunk. What the hell is this on? Metalcore. Can't remember this at all. Alright, grab another stack. Alright, got another stack here. It's going to be a long video. Made it this far, just we'll hang out and see the rest of it. Next is the Weed Eater, Chasing the Dragon. These guys are just stoner, doomy, newer band. It's on Southern Lord, 2011. Pretty cool though. Wasted, Save Your Prayers. Wasted, Vices. Of course, Wasted had Pete Way from UFO. I think that was it from UFO. But, pretty cool band. And Wasted, just like an EP on Music for Nations. This I had on cassette or CD. I had a bootleg on CD, I think. Ran across this on vinyl. I was excited as crap. These guys were from Texas. Watchtower, Control and Resistance. This is really good metal, just very interesting. This is this on? Noise. But very, very cool band. Get into some Wasp. The Headless Children. Copy of that. Inside the Electric Circus. Always pick up Wasp when I come across it. Sold a bunch. Bitsy got some, and I think LJ got some. Wasp, Live in the Raw. You see Wasp albums around all the time, just not anymore, man. I talk to guys in shops all the time. It's like, hey, to get much metal in? And I get the same answer all the time. It's like, no, metal's just rare as can be anymore. Anybody that has it just sits on it and they don't want to get rid of it. And it's like, well, yeah, I know the feeling. The Last Command. Well, it's just funny what, 5 or 10 years, how things can change. Used to be metal was everywhere and cheap, and especially the MTV bands, But now even Wasp albums are hard to find. Who would have thought? And the debut, love this album. Still remember when I first heard Love Machine. Went out the next day and grabbed it, a copy of the album. I do have the Animal, Fuck Like a Beast EP. A couple copies of this also. I was just laying there. Another pile, grabbed it real quick. Great band. If you never heard this band, highly recommend it. Especially the first 3 albums are great, but the first one really is great. But they kind of started out with real heavy political leanings and just, total fuck the man attitude. And then they kind of moved on into, singing about partying and chicks and all that stuff, and they kind of lost me. But when they first started, they were fantastic. It's Warrior Soul. This is their first album, Last Decade, Dead Century. And this is just an incredible album. Just very, it's not, I wouldn't call it metal, but it's just like this sonic thing, man. It's just great. They're so worth checking out. I think they have a new album coming out soon. A friend sent me a link to a new video. I can't remember the name of it. Something about a stripper. And it sounds like them, but just total waste of lyrics and just waste of time. Hate that, but it's true. Next, Warriors. This is definitely pretty cool. Yeah, just hard rocky metal kind of stuff. This is on Attic out of Canada. And this was the same album, different cover. And trying to remember the album or the label. R&B. Cool band. Different Warrior. This is a great album. Warrior Fighting for the Earth. Kind of in that Malice, Judas Priest kind of sound. Just a really good band. Warrant, Dirty Rotten, Filthy, Stinkin' Rich. Tongue-tied. And, well, we all know who, or what Warrant sounds like. So, this is the, believe it or not, Warrant's first album, First Strike, before they went all hair metal. Just kidding, this is a totally different band. Way better band. Love the picture on the back, that's just full on metal. But I picked this up not long ago, and this is really good. It's on Noise. I think they were a German band. This is kind of rare. This came in that big score from the Baltimore record show there last fall or whatever. But killer album. 70s hard rock band Warpig. This is a reissue just from not long ago. This is really good. Don't know much about them, but actually I'm gonna keep that out and maybe spin it. Came across the CD first, and then I didn't even know it was out on vinyl, and found the vinyl. Warp Drive, Gimme Gimme. This isn't bad, just kind of that kind of hair, I guess, hair metal or whatever. It's on Music for Nations, 1989. Warlord video soundtrack. This was to that, I think they had a live video out or something, if I remember right. Some music from that. Some Metal Blade from 1984. Warlord stuff's hard to find. If I remember right, Laz was way into them. Which, where's he at? I'd like to see you make another video, brother. Warlord, Deliver Us. Warlock, Triumph and Agony. Always dug Warlock. Or was killer singer. Warlock, True as Steel. I think this is when I first heard him. This is probably the copy I bought as a kid in the 80s. Warlock, Hellbound, another great album. Fortunately, it doesn't have a poster in it. Neither does that one. I'd like to find the poster. And this was their first album, Burning the Witches. And it's supposedly signed by Dora Pesch here at the bottom. I didn't get the signature, so I don't really know. Like I said before, that's just writing on my album cover. I don't like it. I don't like autographs. Wargasm, Why Play Around? It's thrash. I think this is a promo on Profile Records from '88. Copy of that. What's the name of this? It's Warbringer, Waking into Nightmares. It's late, my eyes are going. This album's okay. So I've only listened to it a couple times. It didn't grab me as much as this album, War Without End. Love this album. This was on Century Media. But it's a newer, one of these newer retro thrash bands, whatever you want to call them. This was from 2008. Definitely a cool band. I think they're still going. They might even have a couple more albums since these two. I just haven't kept up with them. Like I say, I really like that first one. The second one was alright. Well, that's it. That's the W's. Not many left. Not many letters left here. I try to finish them up. I kind of wanted to get all these done within the first year of being in the BC, which was February. Marked a whole year for me. Excuse me. So, didn't get it done, but oh well. Alright, any comments or questions or whatever, or yeah, leave a comment here at the bottom. Thanks everybody for watching. This was a long ass video. If you made it all the way to the end, let me know. And that's it. Later.